sweet, letting her feel like she has a social life for a night.
You win. I'm going home.
Hold on. You've got something these other chicks will never have. It's your beautiful booty. Believe in the backside. Show them what your mama gave you.
You know, it's quite amazing what a nice
piece of it
can do for the mind, body, and soul. It can make you quickly forget the dystopian nightmare we're living in, where what's considered an appealing female design is something as grotesque as Abby from The Last of Us 2, or whatever the hell that thing is from the new Fable trailer, or whatever Mary Jane was supposed to be. I still can't tell.
The one by the chair?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a dude.
That's a man. No, the brown one with the hair.
Right, that's a guy.
You see, attractive female forms have been a thing since I was a child. Back then, an ugly female was a rarity in our video games. Whenever you went to Blockbuster or Game Crazy, which is what I grew up with, the PS2 aisle was filled to the brim with big booties, and nobody thought twice about it. Nobody was celebrating it, and likewise, nobody was putting it down, saying it was problematic. It just existed because everyone embraced art. And then one day, Anita Sarkeesian knocked at the video game industry's door and said, "Let me in." And since then, it's been an absolute catastrophe. Weak, fragile men decided, oh my gosh, this woman is a sage. We need to quickly change the look of women. They cannot appeal to the male gaze.
Game reviews and editorials constantly reference her work when discussing the treatment of women in games. Many developers now have a greater understanding of character tropes and the shortcomings they can lead to. I know for me, Anita's work was highly influential in my approach to writing for The Last of Us, greatly improving its story. And having discussed games with her on several occasions now, the answer became abundantly clear. She loves video games. She's so passionate about them that she feels they're worth fighting for. It is my honor to present the Game Developers Ambassador Award to Anita Sarkeesian.
And now nearly all the major female leads have had their designs completely watered down and made to look like something that doesn't even resemble what they originally were. Which is why Stellar Blade is quickly gaining traction and seen as the savior. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's gonna take a lot more than a nice booty. The gameplay has to be good, this story has to be good. A booty isn't going to solve all our problems, but it is the yummiest palate cleanser we have had in a while.
Booty's gotta taste so sweet. My favorite candy.
You know how long we've been suffering having to stare at these abominations? Well, now I get to stare at two nice, beautiful cheeks through the entirety of a playthrough of this game. Oh wait, no, I don't have a PS5. God damn it! PS5 users actually have a W, and I am envious. So, if you want to clip this for some salt, go ahead, ponies. You caught me. I am indeed envious. This W is monumental, and I don't care how many of the Xbox dudes come at me about it. You all quickly changed your tune about PlayStation's ugly women the minute you saw this. Now you're saying we only want to play it because the female is attractive. Oh, but we'll get to those Xbots very soon. What I really want to highlight is the things that actually matter, because while Xbots are just an annoying voice on the internet, the people who had a hand in producing this actually matter. And today's story behind why Stellar Blade even has a beautiful ass is due to how hard that studio fought to preserve it. Stellar Blade developer Shift Up fired 2 contractor feminists who cried about fan service to shareholders. Based. Based. My lungs are on fire. That's what sour diesel will do to you. Do you know how long it's been since I heard a story like this? I don't think you guys grasp how big of a deal it is. Many don't want to pay attention because it's a PlayStation title. But luckily for you, that doesn't affect Daddy Fritz's stance. This is music to my ears.
I prayed for this and it happened.
It's long overdue. Someone standing up to these lunatics needed to happen. And I'm glad it happened within the gaming industry, where it is most needed. I don't care about Hollywood. Hollywood can burn and crumble for all I care. Video games are what matters to me. And if it's plagued with ultra progressive types, it needs to be cleansed. This idea that a group exists who says, no, you cannot make the art you want because social issues exist and they matter more. Ultra based of the Stellar Blade developers to say, well, there's the door.
A thread. Boycott Stellar Blade. The company that made the game Shift Up removed the work of 2 women because they were feminist. I'm a victim and former employee of this game company.
And guess who changed their Twitter handle, username, and protected their entire account today? That's right, this feminist who allegedly worked for the company. I mean, there's no proof to back it up. You're just gonna have to take their word on it. These type of folk are not the type that will remain silent on matters like this. They're not the type to be professional, as time has shown, so I believe it. All you have to do is take one look at that booty and then read that this developer was a feminist, and it doesn't take you long to figure out that they were probably very toxic in that company. I mean, not that that company should be completely praised, because Shift Up did sell about 20% of themselves to Tencent. And if there's anything we all know about Chinese censorship, it's that it's even crazier than Western censorship. And yet, in spite of all of that, we still got a nice view to look at. So think about what that says. The feminists that they contracted to help them on this game were even more toxic than the Chinese government. I'm pretty sure they weren't fired for being feminists specifically, but more to do with their toxic femininity. Now, whether it's true or not didn't seem to matter to Reset Era, because once the story was posted there, all the soy latte sipping sissies quickly came out to defend their precious queen girl. Essentially, they tried to start a controversy. Whoever this person is, whether they actually work there or not, their goal was to try and get this to be the next game to be canceled. But instead, it had the opposite effect. Once the rest of the world found out that a feminist was fired from Stellar Blade, they said, cancel my pre-order. Make that 10 copies instead. Because as we saw with Hogwarts Legacy, this always backfires because the rest of the world does not buy into this. And I'm glad. Because like I said, whether it's real or not doesn't matter. The reactions from people are. And the reactions from everyone is that, yay, you've got them more hyped for this product now. Congratulations, you morons. Now, believe it or not, this is actually an old story. It just resurfaced and caught my attention because I felt it was the best piece of salt to start off your Friday. I know some of you don't want to taste Xbox salt because you don't like seeing your own clan members roasted. But don't worry, we still have that state of play video later with the amazing Lucas glorious meltdown. So just try something else for a little bit. See if you like it. Come on, open your mouth. Here comes the airplane.
Oh, you're a poor sport.
The thirst trap hashtag Stellar Blade looked awful with very outdated graphics, and it is obviously used to sell because they lack real talent. What the fuck is this running animation? Hashtag PlayStation is an embarrassment. No wonder hashtag Xbox won the gen easily.
Yeah! What are you, gay?
Boy, I gotta blame myself. Xbox have been getting a little too comfortable with their console warring recently, and I gotta step in and ruin your fun. It's my duty after all. I cannot believe it, but this Xbox fanboy is cheering on progressive wokeness just to console war. I'm sorry, but that's going too far. What is wrong with you? What's more, I can't believe an Xbox fanboy has the balls to say something has outdated graphics. Come on. This energy would have never been shown towards Starfield. His lips were kept shut when it came to that. Yeah, Stellar Blade's graphics, they are outdated. I'm gonna give them that. But I don't care. I don't think the majority of people care. The world is playing Pal World right now. Do you think they care about animations and graphics? You are an example of that. Pal World is on your console right now with over 7 million Xbox users playing it. And you want to attack other games for the graphics? And he says it uses sex to sell the game. No, you're thinking of Baldur's Gate 3. That game sold itself on sex. sex. Stellar Blade doesn't have sex, it just has a female figure, treating it like there's an unwanted scene about to pop out of nowhere, which I understand. I know what it's like to be sitting there trying to enjoy a piece of media with your friends or family, and all of a sudden they bust out an explicit scene. That's not what Stellar Blade is. You know what my mom said when I showed her a picture of this nice booty? She said, "Ay, qué bonita mujer, tiene un cuerpazo." And then I had to tell her, "Mom, this isn't real." Love you, Mom. I don't understand you. You can't be happy with what you have. You got Hellblade 2 coming out, Stalker 2 coming out, Avowed coming out. You got Pal Worlds in your hands right now, and you still have the audacity to go in console war on a game that doesn't even look bad. No shame from the Xbox. They simply just don't want PlayStation to have anything, and they are too afraid to admit there's a W. Oh, but you know what's the best part is how easy it is to catch these dudes in 8K. You don't even have to try. You don't have to search. They'll contradict themselves within their own threads, because look at the tweet this guy posted a few months back. Look at him. Look at him. Absolutely no shame. This person has quickly forgotten exactly what they were rooting for. What am I saying they forgot? No, they're playing favorites. They're being biased. They're being fanboys. 1 minute it's okay to glorify the booty, the next they're saying booties are meant to cover up for a bad game or something. Well, I guess that's what Starfield was. Well, never mind. This is a booty you can only get in Starfield using a mod. But again, it just goes to show it's two sides of the same coin. Newton's law says you can never get an Xbox to admit PlayStation has a good looking game. Honestly, I can't believe I'm defending booty this much when I'm more of a titties guy, to be real with you.
So apparently this is the actress that was quote-unquote body stand to be the main character in Stellar Blade. Looks just like her.
That's how it's done, Insomniac. You see that? That is how it's done. No butchering the face of the models you scan in for these video games. You either make them look like they're supposed to, or you make them look better. You make them look any less, and it's a disgrace. It was funny, a lot of people will take a look at this tweet and be a little confused. You think he's pointing to a positive aspect of the game, but he's actually not. This Kareem Jovian guy has actually been trying his hardest to throw shade at this game non-stop. You know how many times I've been called an incel in the last 2 days just for standing up for this game? And it came from responding to someone like this guy. People actually trying to shame me for being a man who likes looking at a woman. That's how far the progressive mind virus has gotten. What men find attractive is now considered toxic. Just like that Alex jackass from Digital Foundry, who was trying to put down this design, claiming it's outdated, looks like it's from 2002.
Do you think the character model was actually like very distracting in not a good way? Because like with the camera angles chosen, it just felt like this game seems like a game that came out in like 2002 in terms of its, you know, like character design. It's like a bit old and not flattering, I don't think, for a modern audience. In comparison to something like Forspoken.
No, Frey from Forspoken looks like she's from 2002. Because that's how bad those graphics are. That's how bad the character models in Forspoken look. This is insane. This agenda is spreading far and wide, and it must be combated at every opportunity we have.
When developers resort to sex to sell their game, it usually means the game is lacking.
Yet another account that primarily plays on Xbox trying to put down Stellar Blade. Imagine my shock. Since when has that ever been true? Baldur's Gate 3 didn't really need the sex to compensate for its good role-playing. Nier didn't need its sex appeal to be a great story. Yakuza doesn't need the sex appeal to be a fun game. Yes, sex appeal can help sell your games a lot more, but I legitimately cannot really point to you that many games that suck because it had attractive females. You know, but I can't help notice that a lot of the games that have been struggling are the ones that don't have sexually appealing characters. You notice that? I wonder why that is. Truth is, this isn't something that's been touched by Sweet Baby Inc. because unfortunately, Microsoft is also guilty of collaborating with them just like PlayStation. And so far, nothing stellar, no pun intended, has come from these three companies collaborating in anything. You know, we're gonna make it a short video because I really want to get to the Lucas stuff and the state of play, so we're gonna end it here. But I think today proved that it is scientifically impossible to ever get Xbox or ponies to admit that the other side has something they want to play. If the game is on the other platform, they're gonna put it down no matter what, up to the point that they will become the same progressive woke mob that they have no problem attacking when it involves PlayStation. So congratulations, we're starting off the year with some nice Xbox salt and feminist salt. And yet somehow, as good as that was, it doesn't compare to Lucas Meltdown, which was 10 times more entertaining. And that should be out pretty soon itself, so if you want to see it, like, comment, share, and subscribe's not an option. I'm obligating you, and I'll see you in the next one.
Free Congo sucks ass.